Hello everyone! I am outside again because it is just too lovely to be in the house demonstrating. So yeah, here I am. I'm outside on my back patio, and the duckies may show up while we are out here. We'll find out. They may not. They might be good, but I don't know. Let's see. I think the camera's probably... Let's see if this is a better place. I don't know. There, that's a little bit better. So yeah, here I am, and I don't think you can see it. There's the loom, because I brought my loom out here. That is one of the advantages of a rigid heddle loom, is it's not stationary, so I can take it outside, which means I can weave out here in the sunshine, or as the case may be, in the shade, but enjoying the sunshine at the same time. So today we are on to the very last step of warping, which is tying on to that front apron rod. And before we get into that, I need to remind you about a few things. So don't forget that the year of self-care is still going on. Let me see, I've got it right here. March, what is March all about? March is our Spring into Lightweight Projects month. So it's time to get outside, which clearly I am doing, and enjoy spring or fall for our Southern Hemisphere friends. If you've been working on a big project, which my gosh, I've been working on a lot of big projects, it's time to try something that is small, portable, lightweight, easy. I did a little tatting yesterday, and I have every intention of doing some more tatting. I've been teaching myself a new software program called Affinity Publisher, and I learned a lot this morning, but it has really burnt out my brain, so I'm really glad that I have you all to talk to for a little bit, so we can play with the loom and talk about Year of Self-Care, and then I'll go back and work on my publishing software again. So remember to drink your water. Drink lots of water every day. Very important. Let's see. What else do I need to tell you? Tina's down in Arizona, and we have wonderful minions that are fulfilling our orders at the shop. So if you do put an order in, that will be taken care of one way or another. We do sell these lovely Karamsky Harp Forte rigid heddle looms if you need one. This one is the biggest size that they have. This is the 32-inch, but it does come in smaller weaving widths. However, if you're going to splurge and get a rigid heddle loom, you might as well go bigger, because I can always warp a smaller section of this and make a smaller project, but I can't make a bigger project if I don't have the space. So that is one advantage to using the 32-inch. All right, so let's talk. This is kind of the easy part, but it's also sort of one of those frustrating parts that you have to make sure that you get right. So I am using my, I don't know if you can see that. This little guy, can you see this on my video? There. I'm using this. This is the, oh shoot, but the Kromsky calls this like a weaver's helper or something. Anyway, it just holds the apron rod. I used it when I was warping with my direct warp to hold the apron rod in the back, and now I'm using it to hold the apron rod in the front, so that as I'm tying on, I have just a little bit of help. I have something that's just holding it just a little bit, and you can see it just slides in and out. So this isn't like a really hard hold. It's a very soft hold. So with our rigid heddle loom and our apron rod, I read in my book, because remember we are using the Inventive Weaving on a Little Loom book. So I read about, tying on, and they say to start in the middle. So I did that because I wanted to practice before I talked to all of you. I wanted to practice just a little bit. So start in the middle, and what you do is you kind of split your yarn into sections. And I just took a chunk here in the middle, and I made sure that I had the middle loop of my apron rod and that I was tying around it so that I had as even a tie on as possible, because we do want to make sure that we have decent tension on this. So I did that for the middle, and then I did it for 4 more groups. And now I'm going to do the last 2 groups here on the end. So I made sure that I had an odd number. You don't have to have an odd number, it's just something that made me feel better. But what you'll do is take that grouping, so like if this was your grouping, split it in 2, and then you're going to take it over the apron rod, and you're going to take each section up behind and away from the middle. So that means that the one on the right goes right and the one on the left goes left. And then what you're going to do is lay the left ends over the right ends and pull them through, not once, but twice, and then tighten them down. And that's the first half, apparently, of a surgeon's knot, which I did not know. Your dowel is getting bent, Melissa. That's very sad. Maybe you need 2 of them. Because, I bet if we had one on both ends, that would keep it from getting bent. I tried to put just a little tension on here, but not a ton of tension, because I didn't want it to bend like you were talking about. We can order a new one for you if you need it, though, Melissa. So just, email Tina or I, and we can put that request in if you want one. I really don't mind doing that. Okay, so I've done this side. Now I have to do the far side. The video's pretty decent. And again, I like to just comb through a little bit, sort of stretch everything out. And then as you are going to separate your group into bundles, it's always nice to see where your holes in your slots are, because you don't want to take, for example, like this thread and cross over, because now we aren't going to have a clean shed. It's going to be tough to get this started. It'll start, but it's always nice if you can pay attention and make sure that you aren't pulling threads too far away from that split. You don't want to cross them into other bundles. You want to keep them as tidy and clean as possible. And again, that just helps you with your tension. So that's why I do that. That's why I'm mentioning it. I actually had to rethread, well, not rethread, but re-knot these 2 groups, because I had one thread that should be over here that was pulling into this one, and I had one thread in this group again that was pulling over here. So you just want to make sure that you work from the center out, that you make sure that you have a clean break between each of your bundles, and that you aren't crossing your threads from group to group. And then remember, we go over and under and away, so the right bundle goes to the right, the left bundle goes to the left, and then we're going to push them together, and we're going to wrap the left one twice. And now, before we do anything else, before we finish our tying off, because this is only half the knot, so this won't hold forever, this is just half the knot. We need to make sure that this is fairly even and that it looks okay. So I'm actually going to remove my helper and then very gently slide my rod over, because I want to make sure that it will fit up against my front beam. And oh yeah, ooh, that's tight. Yes, that's tight. Fun. All right, so let's see. I'm just going to check my tension, and I'm just going to run my hand kind of across, check my tension, and see if I have, this group's a little bit tighter than everybody else. So release it just a little bit so that they're about the same tension. And again, release it just a little bit. This one could be a little bit tighter, so I'm just going to pull that up a little bit and then back down, and then up and back down. And there, that's pretty good. All right, so my tension feels pretty similar all the way across, and I'm just using my hands to kind of check that. Now, once you know that your tension is reasonable, what we're going to do is we are going to actually wrap the right twice. So I have to think about this because it's not intuitive for me. So let's see. That would be left. I don't want that. So this one has to come to the front. Woof, this is hard on my head. I have to think too much. Probably should have left a little more thread down here too. Here's something. Don't get into this. Make sure that you leave enough yarn so that you can do your wrapping once and twice, and tighten it down, and hopefully that'll hold. We're just going to pretend it will. So again, we're going to go to the front, and we're going to wrap the right one twice this time instead of the left one, and down. Ooh, this one will be fun. I made it way too short. Oh well, should be all right. And once, and twice, pull it down. And look, here's the ones where I fudged it and I knotted them and tied them in. Shh, you don't see that. You don't see that. Okay. Once and twice. Down. We're just going to do this all the way across. I know it's kind of boring at this point because I'm just tying knots. That was why I skipped a little bit of it and did it before I called onto the video. And remember, I could be doing something wrong. It's been a while since I've done any weaving, and you know, you're kind of learning along with me, or relearning along with me, as the case may be, because it has been a while since I have done any weaving at all. Alrighty, there we go. Not so bad. Not so bad. Alright. I gotta release this a second. Okay. Too much. Okay, now, nice. I feel like I have something wrong here, but I'm gonna find out. This should be popping out more. I know I have these on correctly. Alright, just release that. Okay, so all I'm doing is just trying to advance forward, but I have this woven so nicely, or not woven, but shoot. Yeah, I definitely don't have something right. Okay. Now here we go. So I made sure that my apron rod fits, so it's not going off the sides. That's really important. I don't know if you can see that, but right here I made sure that it's not going off the side. And now we are going to, let's see, let me think. Do we go up first? Yes, we go up. Here's another thing we need to talk about is loading your stick shuttle. So I am using a stick shuttle. I'm not using a boat shuttle, mostly because I could just order these from Kromsky, which made it a lot easier. So that's what I am doing. I've gone ahead and I've wound on just a little bit to kind of get me started. But let's talk about your stick and how to load your stick so that you get more yarn on it. When you start, if your stick has a slot, you can always, you know, put your yarn in the slot. But I like to start weaving on or winding on sort of like I do with my tatting shuttle. I just hold it down with my thumb. And then you're going to want to do a figure 8 from end to end. And just like this. Figure 8 from end to end. And once we've wrapped up a decent chunk on this side, then we're going to switch sides. And the reason that we're doing these figure eights is that we can pack a lot more yarn on without without destroying the integrity of our shed, because our stick shuttle is too fat. So if you just wind all of your yarn on in the center and you don't do this figure eight weaving, I have learned, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up with sort of a fat stick that is not going to, there's my one end. This is a disadvantage about using all these little bits and pieces. But you know what? I can deal with this because there's not that much left. So I'll just unwind it. Whee! There. And no, I'm not worried about it like making messes. Okay, and then when you get to a certain point, you can switch. I didn't really need to switch to my other side yet, but whatever. We're just doing it for practice. So now we have a bunch of yarn up on our stick shuttle. And I did let go of that tail that I started with because I no longer needed it. So there we go. That was winding on. Make sure that you are doing the figure eights on both sides. That way you don't end up with the fat blob in the center. And I'm just going to set this aside because I'm going to use this as my waste yarn for my shed. So let's see. Oh good, I can actually get my stick through here. This is exciting. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in, I think 3 is what she said. I'll probably use a little more tension on here too, but that's all right. I'm going to put in 3, just sort of throwaway, let's see, up and down. Doesn't look quite right. Let's see if I can get that down in there. Hang on. Should be doing this two-handed. No, I definitely have enough tension on it. Thought it was too loose, but looks like enough tension to me. All right, now we're just going to pass this back through because, again, the goal, and gosh, it has been a long time since I've done this, but the goal is to put 3 throwaway left pieces in and then beat it down. Oops, let me bring it up one more. That was neutral. All right. Well, it's kind of fun. It's been a while. It's been a long while. Oop, and I just about put it through in the wrong spot. And you know, I have just enough yarn. I might go ahead and just put in a 4th and then beat it down because why not? Let's not do quite what they say, right? Could be doing something wrong too, so don't quote me. I'll wind that around that and pass it back through. Let's see if I remember how to do any of this. So yeah, and that cleans off that stick shuttle, but that's all right because the goal, after all, is just to throw in something. All right. So we're gonna feed it forward, see what we get. Okay, not terrible, doesn't look too bad. A little more tension on that. Could be worse. Okay, is this opened up enough? That's the next question. Open that out, open that up, put it back in neutral. Meh. Could have been a little bit better. I can see that this needs to come in a little bit. This one's probably fine. Not terrible. All right, well, at least we got started. I don't know. I'm not loving this at the moment. Something's going wrong. Don't know exactly what yet. I think I probably should have tied this group off to one side and tied this group off further over here. But you know, what I could do is take this out and start over, which I might just do. And then get started with the weaving. So we're not going to weave today. We're just putting in the header portion. And I might just decide to back this out and try again, because I can see something is not right. I definitely missed some threads here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna back this out, start it all over, because this is practice for me. Eventually I'll get it right. But next week, when we do our weaving segment, we'll be weaving like regular weaving, and hopefully I will be a little bit smoother than what I was today. We'll find out. So let's see. Monday we are doing the history of tatted lace. Next Wednesday we will be weaving on the loom. We'll be weaving more, and then after that we'll be doing more history and more weaving, at least for a few more weeks, and then I'll be switching off of my weaving Wednesdays and we'll do something else for a while. But once I get this warp off of my loom, I am thinking about putting on a cotton warp, and if anybody else wants to warp with me and weave along, kind of thinking might be fun. So you know, maybe for like April we'll do like a little weave along. I don't know, just something really easy, something with stripes, because I'm still learning. But we'll try some color play with the cotton mian yarn and see how far I get, because hey, sounds like fun to me. But I can already see that I have some errors, so let me show you. I don't know if you can see. So this is an error right here. This is an error right here. I can see that I did not get that properly picked up. I can see that my tension is not good enough, although I'm not entirely sure where. So what I need to do is I'm just actually going to take all this out. I'm going to release it a little bit, take all this out, and then start this little bit over, because I'm just not happy with it. I can see I've got draw in over here, so clearly I need to tie this out a little bit further. I've got draw in over here, same problem. You know, my tail didn't go all the way across. I have so many issues going on right now. So I'm going to take this out and start it over and practice some more, and then we'll be back up and running again. But until then, don't forget that Tina is on live on Fridays, and we do have the Year of Self-Care that is still running. And I forgot to ask her about drawing a prize winner again. So I'll talk to Tina, because there's going to be a prize winner from last month. Don't forget that you can enter for a prize yourself. All you have to do is tag us on social media, Black Sheep Fiber Emporium, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, whatever your social medium favorite is, and tag us so that we can find you and we know that you are entering, so that we can put you in the contest for prizes, because every month we're drawing a prize. And I'm going to be playing with weaving a little bit this month. I also had planned to do some sewing, so yeah, we'll get some sewing in there towards the end of the month, I think. And anyway, lots of fun stuff. My box from Tina should be coming soon. There's Olympus thread in there that I can't wait to share with you all. We'll have duckies. We'll have duckies at the end of the month, because I am hatching. I have eggs in the incubator. It's my first time. We'll see how badly I do, but they're in the incubator, so go me. Yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up, so I hope you'll keep joining us Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at about 3 o'clock. And remember that you can always like our page on Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on our Instagram channel and our TikTok channel, so that you see the latest videos and photos that we post. And make sure that you're signed up for the newsletter because we do put fun stuff in the newsletter as well. So anyway, until next time, which will be next Monday, when we do our history of tatted lace, you know, take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, craftually, and just make sure that you are physically distancing, you're washing your hands, you are taking care of yourself to the best of your ability. And I am going to enjoy some more sunshine out here today and keep working away on my project and try to get this really started so that I can share the fun with Ina. I think Ina's really going to like this when she wakes up today. I think she's going to get a huge kick out of like helping me weave. So anyway, my goal is to get my header in so that I can get my shed spread. And I can clearly see I just need more. I need more yarn. I might need a thicker yarn. That could be my problem. So anyway, that's my goal. That's my plan. I will see you all on Monday. Until then, please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I'll see you later.